Hello there, everyone. Welcome to Death Stranding 2. So, I'm going to cut a long story short, or at least as short as I can. I've tried doing this intro 3 times. I've done the actual first hour of the game twice. You're going to see the second attempt. Essentially, my PC has been on the blink all day. I've had to reset it once, so like from scratch, like wipe everything. So that's been fun. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this first chapter of Sam's new adventure because it's taken me a long time to make it. If you enjoyed the video, folks, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's get into it. So, new game. We're going to go for brutal. For the record, we were doing brutal, but we're going to continue doing brutal. Okay. Yeah, for some reason they like to protect personal data, I guess, but I don't mind, you guys know him. My birthday is 27th of May. Or, as for some reason the game wants me to say it, May 27th. So, while dooms can inflict almost anyone, those born under constellations with a greater connection to the beach, including Cancer, Pisces, Cetus, and Delphinus, are said to be more susceptible to developing the condition. It is believed that such individuals are fated to walk a life path fraught with disquiet and turmoil. Alright, well, Gemini doesn't fall under that. I can't tell if that is meant to be Sam. Like, it looks like Norman Reedus' eyes, but probably someone else, isn't it? A bang that echoed around the world, a phenomenon known as the Death Stranding. Beached things, lost spirits of the dead, found their way into our midst. When they came into contact with the living, the result was instant annihilation, a void out. Since most could neither see nor sense BTs, people lived in fear of them, withdrawing from the outside world. Cities became isolated and humanity crept towards extinction. To unite what was left of America, a porter named Sam forged a bond with a bridge baby called Lou, who possessed a special connection to the other side. Together they journeyed west across the continent, reconnecting the people through the chiral network. But on the day that the United States of America celebrated the nation's rebirth, Sam and Lou vanished without a trace. Though UCA officials attempted to track them down, the pair's whereabouts remain unknown. "11 months later.
Me? I've always loved porters. Through freezing rain and biting wind, across rivers, mountains, and endless deserts, they come to deliver something priceless, a glimpse of a life I've never known. They're my window, my sole connection to the outside world, and I know they'll be back again today.
-61. Have I ever really loved someone? Do I deserve what I've got? Now the crazy systems turn into traps and the fear is switching sides. I own $1 million worth of stock, but I still won't sleep at night. What is it that I've become? -61. Now the water level rises high in my cold paradise, where men sit in circles and talk numbers I never really liked. The way they think of life as some kind of gamble and watch the city drown. Where is it that I belong? Minus 61. Now the wind cuts the leaves like a knife, and the sun is out of sight. I see the world they build to lose at the trial, what is left and what is right. I made the worst mistake one can make, pretending and playing blind. What is it I'm trying to find?
Okay, time to head home.
All right, hang on a sec. Apologies for that. I wanted to make sure that section had recorded because I'm thinking, okay, if that records, logically, everything else should. Hopefully my paranoia can rest now. Lou. Lulu. You okay? Oh.
Okay, you're all right.
You're right, Lulu. Hey.
Let's go home and get you fed.
Genuinely, for an opening sequence, that did spook me the first time. I was like, if I fall, am I going to hurt Lou bad? So yeah. But what it's worth, just in case anyone's wondering, I thoroughly enjoyed the first hour, so I'm going to enjoy it again. The game definitely seems to have taken some lessons from the first game. I don't know about taking every lesson on board in terms of some things, which I might... Oh, have I left the delivery area? Okay, chill. Don't get him over me. But yeah, I think maybe one or two things they've not touched too much. But other things they seem to have really thought, okay, we're going to alter this a little bit. So we'll touch on them as we go through them. But again, I found it really interesting seeing what they've immediately decided to change, what you can see within the first hour. But yeah, to be honest, right, the opening sequence where you got the credits just now, that was brilliant for me because, again, if I haven't already mentioned it, I have been trying my hardest not to watch the trailers. Because I don't know about anyone else, I feel like modern trailers, they don't do the art of teasing well. It's as if the priority of a trailer nowadays is to sell the story to someone rather than convince someone they should come and watch it. So it's like when there's a movie I want to watch, like say Fantastic Four, that's coming out this month. I would rather skip the trailers and just see the movie completely fresh than watching them all and then going in and being like, oh, I feel like I've seen it all. So it's where with something like this I've really enjoyed that aspect of the media silence, because as much as I want to see like screenshots, I want to see teasers, I worry that there wouldn't be enough restraint. And this comes from someone like Hideo Kojima, of course, who's got, with the greatest respect, a lot of convoluted plots. So maybe I'm being very harsh thinking something in this game could be spoiled in a trailer. But I feel in a way something already has. And I only saw the first trailer. That was literally because I was like, okay, this is the announcement trailer. It's a bit hard to miss it because, you know what I mean? You don't know it's going to be like a full-on story trailer. So, or at least you don't know at the time, like when you're watching the Game Awards or wherever it was. So,
let's head home
yeah.
before we start.
It's a shame. It's a shame if it is spoiled or if it was a big spoiler or a minor spoiler. And I know the argument is, well, why watch it all? Again, I tried not to, but you kind of wanted... I think at the time, my main thought process was I wanted to see if, like, they were just going to bring Norman Reedus on stage and be like, oh, yeah, come on, you know, but
Feel that.
instead it was like, no, we're giving you a full-on cut of the game, or a cutscene up from the game.
Oh, shit.
Ah, there it is. Early on, I can say quite comfortably, this is the aspect of the game that I feel has really improved. Like, the first game had a lot of elements of wanting to make the environment deadly.
Don't worry.
But I think in this one, they have really tried to up it a lot already. Making things feel really... I wouldn't say realistic, because that's the wrong word, but just different types of weather rather than essentially rain, snow, and sun. All right. Get in your pouch, Lou. Time for a ride. But I think what was going on with the credits, first of all, as well, they did say special appearances by, and in reference to a few of the actors who were in the first game. And the one that brings a big smile to me was Tommy Earl Jenkins. I hope to God I said his name right. Just for the fact that I hadn't heard a peep about him being in this. Same with Margaret Qualley, to be fair. Again, I hope I said her name right. But they were both big eyebrow raisers for me when I was looking at it the first time. And even now, I'm like, yeah. Because I feared they might have written off some of the legacy characters. Well, I say legacy characters. The first game characters off a little bit with the limited cast announcements I'd seen. So it's been pleasing to see that that isn't the case. How far are we from this? Oh. That's not full. 600 meters. All right, you're a tough girl, aren't you, Lou? Just hang in there. Hang in there. What I have been trying to gauge as well, and I'm sure there'll be people who work this out as we play the game more and as we learn the world more. I get the feeling none of this is what we've already seen in the past game. Like, I mean, obviously it isn't. The visuals are absolutely different night and day almost. But when you think about, say, where we are on the map, the impression is we're the southmost part of the original map. So it kind of makes you wonder, is this essentially just a bit of the map that we didn't explore? Like, you know, if we tried walking that way, we'd get a little thing saying, sorry, you can't go this way. I generally don't know, but I want to explore somehow, if I can. I mean, obviously they won't let you, you know, come here, but it's just that thought of, was it there all along, or is that just me being hopeful? I am really not being as careful as I was the first time. I am so sorry, Lou. I think I've got a little bit of casualness about it. To be fair, the traversal is a lot, I wouldn't say a lot better, but it's certainly more refined in this game so far. Again, I've only played an hour, so I can't go much more, but just going around some of the little areas we've already had to explore, it definitely feels Just a level up, shall we say. 390 meters. I mean, even here, I'm just picking up on little things that we've now got a dedicated climb button, whereas before it was more, can you power walk your way? Whereas I think they recognise, oh, maybe people would like to climb, you know, rather than...
I like the look of that.
Are we okay here, or are these giant spiders a threat? Because I didn't come this way before, I don't think. Again, I found that cool. I mean, I definitely didn't get lost the first time. You know, get a message telling me to turn around. Okay, so up this bank.
Enough already.
We're nearly there. We're nearly there. Yeah, we're literally in sight. And I do love this objective, by the way. It does give you a sense of what's been going on these 11 months. Essentially, Sam has found a little place for himself. You know, I mean, I'm not spoiling anything there. The objective is go home. Oh, wow. Okay, I didn't expect that. Yeah, objective, return home with Lou. Just making sure I wasn't imagining that one. We can walk in that.
There, we made it.
There we go, 140 odd meters. And yeah, go on, I'll sprint as well. Are they doing it in reverse this time? I was wondering that. I'd heard the song playing throughout the walk, but I didn't realise they were essentially putting the name on at the end. Small difference, but it's good to know. Also, Sam looks very nice in the game. He didn't look bad before, but he looks very nice now. I love it. I am genuinely curious if Sam is just a very smart man capable of doing that, or if he had help that we haven't seen. Or I say I haven't seen yet.
Not bad, little porter. Not bad at all. Okay, Lou. Time for some nom-noms. Come on, open up. There you go. Who's there? Who are you? Fragile?
Were you cooking?
What are you doing here?
I've been looking for you.
Nothing's worrying me.
I really want to know about them hands.
Wow. Lou's growing up fast. You two look good. Like a happy family. Here's a gift. The finest Carol printed diapers.
Thank God. How'd you track us down?
Your neighbor got hooked up to the Carol network. Service now extends to the whole region. I let myself in with this. You can use Carol printers now too.
Guess it's time we thought about moving. Maybe further south. You know, I'm surprised you used the front door for once.
My jumping days are behind me. Overdoing it left me with some kind of syndrome. They call it jump shock.
You care for a drink?
Thank you, but no. I should get straight to the point.
Business, huh? I mean, for a moment there, I thought maybe you wanted to catch up.
I have a job for you. Take it, and that whole mess over how you left bridges will be wiped from the record. You won't have to live in hiding anymore.
What about Lou?
That's a little more complicated. We're talking about a bridges asset. You'll have to work it out. Sam, you brought America together. Helped it be reborn as the UCA. But I'm afraid the Death Stranding is far from over. Humanity is still in danger. Still on the brink of extinction. Don't act like you don't see it. A lot of things changed after you went off on your own. Especially within the UCA. Bridges no longer oversees the distribution network. They withdrew once things were up and running. So your friends and co-workers all went their separate ways. And that's not all. Die Hartman is not the president of the UCA anymore. In case you're wondering who's handling distribution now, A Pass 4000 has revolutionized the whole process. It utilizes the Carol network to manage and carry out deliveries. Within network coverage, there's no need to rely on human porters anymore. And no need for Fragile Express, of course. So after I closed up shop, I went and started a new group. One that handles work in regions outside the UCA. We decided to call ourselves Drawbridge. And we still require the services of human porters that can work outside the network. Preferably ones with dooms who can sense BTs. Sam, I'm asking you to go to Mexico. To extend the Carol network to the south. Just like you did when you went out west.
You're asking, or is this coming from the UCA?
Both. The UCA came to Drawbridge, and now I'm coming to you. So, what do you say?
Oh man, I should have known that there was going to be that there. So, first things first, I do love the fact that they're giving us questions. Even if what I would say at this point, they aren't exactly deep. At least they are questions. So, what's the state of the environment there, for instance?
Chiralium contamination is severe. Some areas have it worse than anything you experienced back in the UCA. The timefall storms are growing more intense as well. And, as you can imagine, everything in their path is subject to temporal acceleration. Objects and structures degrade rapidly, while animals and humans grow old and frail in the blink of an eye. Timefall often precedes the appearance of BTs there too. So you should do everything you can to stay out of it as much as possible. There are many other dangers though. The rivers can flood in an instant, and earthquakes happen daily.
Okay, so it seems like a very silly question, but I will ask it. Are there BTs out there?
Mexico has no shortage of beached things. Spirits of the dead washed up from the other side were stranded there just like everywhere else. Any human corpse that hasn't been properly disposed of will become a BT. And any living human that comes into contact with a BT will get dragged into the depths of the tar. Giant BTs can and will emerge from the tar as well. And if they succeed in consuming a living human being, they'll trigger a void out, destroying everything nearby in a massive explosion. Several Mexican cities were wiped off the map in this way. The survivors have since become divided and isolated. As most people cannot see BTs, they live in fear of them, and that fear has made them too terrified to venture outside.
Just one thing I haven't said already. The colour scheme in this game already is so different to the first, and I'm loving it. But yeah, why me?
Seriously, why me?
There are several reasons I thought of you for this job. Deadman, for one. He's currently working at a lab in southern Mexico. I don't know the details, but the research they're conducting there is important. Very important. And there are certain things he'd like to tell you in person.
Any other reasons?
That was one reason. You got more?
I do. And this one's serious. There is some BT territory near that lab I mentioned. They monitor the chiralium levels, and recently, they've observed unusual activity. The cause is still unclear, but they seem to think there's a good chance a massive BT is headed their way. And if they're right, then I want you there, ready to kill it before it kills them. Don't forget, Sam. You were the first person in the world to ever take out a BT.
Can I ask you something?
I guess that makes sense. But something's still bugging me.
What?
All this talk about extending the network into Mexico. Isn't the UCA basically expanding their territory? Taking control, claiming it for their own?
Good point.
Sam, it's not like that. They're not trying to take over the world. They just want to link up new areas with the chiral network. Like the internet before the Death Stranding. Public infrastructure to connect people. Which is why, instead of turning to an established government agency like Bridges, the UCA contracted a private organization, like ours, who then decided to employ the services of a freelancer like yourself. So please, Sam, won't you help us out?
Now, I said this before and I'm going to do the same again. The curious person in me would love to say I won't do it, because I get the feeling it could be a Far Cry 3 kind of ending, if you know what I mean. And I've not played that game, I've just heard about it. So I'm going to stick with the easy one. I'll do it, but my curiosity does want to try it. I won't at some point.
Yeah, all right.
So you'll do it?
Uh-huh. What about Lou, though? It's not like I can take my kid with me. If I do this, can you hold the fort for me while I'm gone? Play babysitter?
We're inside the network. There's a child care app I can use.
I love the idea of just suddenly like little
It'll
boys
be
appear.
fine. The lab is only a few days away. I promise he'll be back before you know it. Link up the region as you head south, and come home safe. We'll be waiting.
All right.
Last beer for a while, Sam. Third one. There. He has the look of a man going, I can't believe I'm doing this again.
Go on. Slide it on your thumb.
Like a ring?
Try sticking your thumb out, like you're giving me a like. Access your ring terminal to view the map. From here you can check order details, as well as the cargo for delivery. Now then, let's review the mission that you'll be undertaking on behalf of Drawbridge. Your destination is a research lab in southern Mexico. When you arrive, you'll need to use the Cupid to connect it to the chiral network. Chiral communication utilizes the beach, where time barely passes. Using the Cupid in conjunction with the delivery terminal will allow us to initiate a zero-time massive data transmission. But because of the distance, it's not feasible to head straight to the lab to establish a connection. You'll need to use the way stations to extend network coverage until you're close enough to get the lab online. Your first stop is C1, Ciudad Nudo del Norte. Bring them a delivery and welcome them into the network. Improper corpse disposal remains a serious problem in Mexico. With every additional corpse that spawns a BT, the risk of a void out grows even higher. C1 in particular is struggling to handle this issue. But once they're online, we can give them the technology they need to address the situation. Why don't you take a look at the cargo you're carrying by opening the menu?
Just one thing I want to say before I forget. I would like to know if this is Fragile talking to Sam, or if this is like a pre-recorded message she does. Because it seems a lot different in tone, you know what I mean?
You can access useful information about your
Unless we're just meant to
deliveries via
accept it's a
ring
menu
terminal.
talk.
To review the cargo currently in your possession, select Cargo Management.
You could definitely argue it's just like pause menu talk, but it's still one of those where it's like, okay.
This is the cargo you'll need to deliver. Be sure to get it to its destination in one piece. It's an excellent idea to place the most important cargo in your backpack.
All right, let's do that.
We've given you some additional equipment. It can be carried in pouches or in special hooks, just like cargo. All these weapons can be used to incapacitate humans without killing them. So there is no need to worry about causing a void out. Be sure to weigh your various options as you load up.
Alright, I didn't realise that last time. I could have sworn they were lethal. I'm seeing with MP bullets and I don't know what MP is, so I assumed it was lethal. So I will take that. Mazer handgun, electrocutes close range targets, so a taser. Blood bag, lovely. Place in the utility pouch. And a ladder. Put down the tool rack.
Return to the menu when everything looks good to go.
Alright. And yeah, let's go.
Finally, before heading out, make sure to plot your delivery route. Return to the map. See your destination? There's a river you'll need to cross to get there. There are bandits in the area too. Armed groups that have attacked borders in the past. Think about what route you might take from your current location.
Okay, so what I did last time, and I'm tempted to stick with it, and I don't think I actually did that, did I?
Commencing route creation.
I tried to go this way, essentially. Can I zoom? There we go. I tried to go this way. And I'm honestly happy enough to go that way as well. Essentially just get to that little area there.
When you plot a route on the map, you'll see what hazards you may run into along the way. You can face these challenges head on, or try to find a way around them. How you get to your destination is up to you, but think it over before getting underway.
Yep, so that was the first bit, and then from there, I essentially...
Delivery route finalized.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I mean, I wanted to draw some more.
Commencing route creation.
And then... just go straight across.
Delivery route finalized.
So yeah, it doesn't feel like a bad route there, and we're avoiding the bandit camp. I did pass by it, and I get the feeling I could potentially deal with them, but especially this early on, I don't want to try it. So, saying that, I have got weapons, which I didn't know last time, so that is a positive.
Latest model Cupid. Just completed. We decided to put a hold on network expansion until it was ready to go. Like last time, you'll be using it to welcome people into a whole new world. It won't be any harder than before either. The Chiral network terminals are ready and waiting. Bridges saw to that. Emily's expedition split into two groups midway. The first continued west, while the second cut south into Mexico. But again, they were only able to lay the groundwork. Until you bring those terminals online with the Cupid, the network can't grow. Hungry?
No.
No more baby food for you.
Let you get fragile any trouble, I'm gone. Don't you break my kid.
Now who wants to eat?
On the road again. Alright, so I think we get a jog on start this bit. It's a bit of a trek, as you can see.
All right, let's get this done.
I want to gauge for what direction my marker was. Oh, hang on, saying that, we have got the compass lines here. Here we go, I can see it. But yeah, we're going to try and avoid the bandits. if we did come across them, I don't think it'd be the worst thing. We have got weapons, we've got ways of handling them, but what I found out is that you do get judged based on how you approach deliveries. So if you deliver it with a more quote-unquote stealthy approach, the game does take note. Even if it's not, as far as I can tell, anything important, it's still nice that it's noticing, you know? So I'm going to try and stick with that for the time being, just see if we can avoid the approach with the least confrontation. At least when it comes to humans. I think with BTs it could become a little bit more difficult. Yeah, it's saying to check the equipment that Fragile gave us. We've got pretty much what we saw, so nothing too surprising. The ladder was something that I did end up using. I think that would be one of the things I hope this game can improve on, trying to make sure that equipment you use does maintain its relevance, because in the first game it got to the point where once you got to zip lines and roads, you didn't need build anything. You know, you didn't need ladders, you didn't need climbing anchors or anything like that. So it would be nice if in this game this kind of found a way to future-proof things. I'm not saying I necessarily want to be using ladders all the time, but it'd be nice if there were like these niche little points where it's like, oh yeah, a ladder would actually be quite handy here, rather than thinking, oh yeah, I can just get around this by... Like, one I remember is at the end of the last game, and I end up floating in a river because I've got the otter hood on, rather than trying to find a way of using ladders. And kind of hope the game prevents things like that. I don't mind a little bit of cheese, but you know, the idea of ladders and all that is kind of cool. Even the big bridges which we had, I hope they find a way to make them more relevant as well, because in the end I think they just become things that you use to like shield your vehicles, which feels weird to think. Very big shields. Right, now I know the marker's telling me go up there, but I was waiting for a point like this where I could actually climb up a bit. Let's just ping the Ogre deck. Okay, that's not a straight climb, and I don't really want to be using my ladders here. So I think we just carry on around here a bit more. We might end up finding that bandit camp by accident. No, we got an opening here. We should be fine. I mean, this is arguably what they say about checking the map. You know, don't do what I would have done there and just try and force your way up a mountainside or a hillside when you can just walk around it.
Only gonna get harder.
That I will agree, Sam. This is early game and it feels very chill. We know it can get worse. But I think this is where I find the game fun. You know, it's the idea of trying to work out what the best way around a problem is. Again, I do find it difficult to classify this game in terms of... Anyone who played the first game has probably been asked the question, isn't it just a walking simulator? And I do struggle to answer that without going, it's more than that. Because it has bits where it does feel like it is, yes. But to say it is just that feels very derogatory as well, because there's a lot of fun combat. I think the combat could have been improved from the first, so hopefully the second has done that. But even the stealth moments had their intrigue in them. I think maybe, again, that could be improved. I don't think it should finish where it was. So if you think about the first game as like putting your marker on down for everyone to see, you'd like to think this is their opportunity to really go, right, this is what we had in mind. And I've got hopes for them. I mean, this next bit is absolutely gorgeous as far as this sandstorm you can see on the horizon. I mean, you wouldn't think something like that would come across and be like, oh, you know, that's beautiful, but it's absolutely gorgeous how they've made this impact the game. I mean, I'm going to slow down because I don't want to lose my stamina, but we are going across this river now. And yeah, here we go. So yellow means essentially it's deep. Not like we're traversing it deep, but still deep. And the thing is, getting across is going to take time. Now, in the first game, if that had been on the horizon, I'd have been thinking, oh, it won't move. We'll be all right. But in this game, I now know things like that will move. And I just absolutely love it. I think it is something that is so... Ooh, sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I think it's something that is so refreshing. I'm going to have a sip of my drink in a minute. Well, Sam is anyway. Yeah. That's not it, although I do like the signs. Communication, symbols, guide info. Armed hostiles, BTs, Carol creatures, deep river. Don't need deep. That's a key. Fun. Actually, yeah, let's keep on. Oh, not here if we can. I didn't mean to do that for what it's worth. I was trying to do... If I can find it. Oh, I can do some cargo-related management. Ah, auto-arrange. Cool, they put that there. I didn't see that first time round. Ah, this is pretty cool. Okay, that is really good. I didn't see that before, like I said. What I was after in the end was this. I want to take a drink. Purely so that we've got more stamina to cross. But yeah, like I said, we're now in the sandstorm. And I know you could argue, well, you've taken your time getting across here. But I just think it's absolutely gorgeous. All right, a little bit more. I'm almost surprised Sam doesn't have glasses on at this point, purely to shield his eyes. I think that would have been something that would have made sense. He's got a hood on, so I'll give him that. Come on, we've got to be nearly there. There we go. Good on you, Sam. Let's get back towards the marker. So yeah, these lightning strikes are definitely new as well. I mean, when you think, I'm trying to walk here, and it is resisting me. Now, and I also went a different way last time. I tried to go in the more suburban sheltered area, shall we say. So this is really interesting as far as what direction it is taking me. Right, what? I need to go that way, which is further into the storm. Ooh, I'll tell you what, these lightning strikes do concern me. I don't think there is a way of knowing where they're going to land, so I think it is just random. I would like to think the game isn't cruel enough to kill you from them, but then again, I sound absolutely mental for thinking that getting struck by lightning, you'd be fine. Yeah, I'm not controlling straight here, but I wouldn't expect to. This is brilliant. You know, if you've got shelter, you can hold your own against the storm. Whereas here right now, I am really pushing against it. I mean, I loved how the game was trying to tell me, yeah, you should take shelter, and I'm like, no, I'm doing my own thing. Pick up Carol crystals while we're passing. 5 CG. Right, marker removed. Let's go. crystals. Yum yum. 117 CG, that's a lot. I mean, out of nowhere, that is a lot anyway. Alright, I think we're okay just running down here. And again, this is something I love. Just look at Sam. His top half is entirely sandy. Yet the bottom half, because the water is now restored. As a detail, I love it. Just that small bit of attention to detail, and you're thinking, they obviously knew what they were doing. I cannot help but love it. Okay, so we can see the distro center on the horizon. Am I sprinting? I am now. I'm sprinting slowly. I think Sam's basically telling me, give me a rest, pal. Alright, some chiral crystals here. We'll just run in that direction. I think there was something over there, maybe. Because I did pick up some lost cargo on the way the first time, so I am guessing it was in that direction. But like I say, I've come a completely different route this time. Oh, okay, maybe not completely different, but slightly different. So let me have another chance at saying this. Ciudad, Nudo del Norte.
Security measures lifted.
And I love this. The Social Strand service. Using the SSS, you can view messages sent by people from all over the world, look back on the likes you've given to and received from porters in other worlds, and enjoy the screenshots you've captured in photo mode. Only screenshots taken by pressing X in photo mode can be viewed. So, yeah, I absolutely love it. I mean, I like the fact that here we've got a way of seeing what's going on at home, and Fragile's showing us how Lou's getting on. I think it's absolutely brilliant. How does it feel to be back out there, Sam? I'll try to use the SSS to keep you up to date with everything over here. Lou was having fun playing around just a while ago and now is fast asleep in dreamland. I'll send you another message soon which you can check out on your Ring terminal. And don't worry, I'll take care of Lou. There's a light for you. I've just realised I could do more than one light, but I forgot. But yeah, I just love the idea of the game tackling social media in a little bit. Any game that is willing to go into that world and say, what's our view on it? I've got respect for it. Not just using it as some sort of skin for the reality, but actually maybe trying to utilise it. I would be surprised if it's just for social media. But we'll see. I realised I was praising it perhaps a little too early. Alright, so delivering report. We got cargo. Confirm. Yes. A little dusty, but it's all good.
You must be Sam. It can't have been easy to come this far south. You're here to bring us onto the chiral network, right? Ah, that's a relief. We'll be able to dispose of corpses properly once you've got us online. That'll be one less thing for our residents to worry about. Anyway, I believe you have some cargo for me, yes?
I find it funny how these still do look behind them. They have to actually physically check it. Although I do love this improvement.
It would not have been easy to come all this way, but you would never know it by looking at this stuff. Thank you.
Just getting rid of one of the cutscenes and merging it with the auto rating. I like it. We get a star and a quarter. I've actually got less this time.
You're a man that people can rely on.
Although saying that last time I did deliver lost cargo, so that explains that.
Okay, use your Cupid to bring us online. The chiral gateway you brought us should allow us to establish a connection between Mexico and the UCA. And with state-of-the-art tech at our disposal, we can finally solve a lot of our problems. And all Sam's thinking is, I just want to have a shower.
Just get this sand out of my everywhere. Okay, new strand established. You pick connected for Ciudad Nudo del Norte or Nalberto Puente. There we go, got a little route.
Coverage successfully expanded. Commencing data collection.
And we've got some little bits that have already been put down by other porters. Granted, it's very early release, so probably not as many as there will be when you play it. I'm assuming you're playing it later. So we've got a machine gun, okay.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
Right, porter grade, so we get 3 for porter, 4 for stealth, 1 for servicemanship. And we're now ranked 8, silent handler.
Porter grade increased. Congratulations.
Every evaluation you receive as a porter will contribute to your overall porter grade, calculated by APAS. This provides a snapshot of your experiences as a porter, as well as your delivery style. It is calculated from the number of likes Sam receives during the course of an order. Hold the button to open the corpus for a detailed description. Okay, and so far we're 56 minutes into the game, 35 kg delivered, 1 piece of cargo delivered, 3.6 kilos walked, 1 area connected to the Carol network, and 3,000 Carol bandwidth available.
Chiral network connection confirmed. And now we can begin fabricating the latest corpse disposal equipment. Until recently, we've been dealing with our dead by burying them in tar, but that solution was growing untenable. We should be okay moving forward. I really can't thank you enough. You must be exhausted after your long journey. We've prepared a private room for your exclusive use. There are countless dangers in these parts. You should rest until you're fully recovered. Don't push on until you're ready. Please, stay here before you set out again.
I will take that. But in the meantime, things in the region, like what am I expecting to face?
Well, our corpse disposal problem is no longer an issue thanks to you. But there's nothing we can do to get rid of the BT area we created. Fear of BTs and damage from timefall and chiralium exposure will continue to be a concern. And let's not forget about the bandits willing to attack travelers and facilities. But so long as we remain connected to the network, we'll have access to new tools and technologies to help combat these threats. You brought us more than a connection to the outside. You brought us hope.
All right, nice to know. Yeah, about that tar, what was so untenable about it? And I will admit, the first time I played it, I didn't know the answer.
As I mentioned before, we've been taking them to a nearby tar pit and dropping them in. Unfortunately, we took it too far. And it wasn't long before the whole pit turned into a BT area. In trying to prevent the emergence of BTs, we ended up facilitating their creation. And with the constant timefall in the vicinity, chiral contamination has only grown worse. All these problems have contributed to an increased suicide rate, which in turn has resulted in even more bodies that we've had no way to dispose of properly. But thanks to the chiral network, we can now fabricate the corpse disposal facilities that we lack. Everything's going to be all right.
All right, well, with that in mind, I'm going to get some kit.
Thank you again for everything. I'll get started right away on preparing your next order for you. By the time you wake up, it should be good to go. You'll just need to access the delivery terminal here. I hope I can count on you.
I mean, I've said I'm going for a kit, but really, I want to shower first. I mean, I think he looks absolutely brilliant with that mixture of sand and clean, river-washed suit. But the reality is, he does need a bath or a shower. Welcome to the new private room.
Please relax and enjoy your stay.
That's it, take a load off. how distrusting he looks, as if to say, what are you going to do to me here? But yeah, and say suits on up, and our facilities. Sam, the shower and toilet are outside your private room. Chiral crystals will be recovered from any waste you produce, so go ahead and make use of them. Let's do it. For what it's worth, they have shortened the animations a bit. I mean, anyone who likes a bit of topless Norman Reedus, you're getting your fill, but I'd argue it's a little less gratuitous. I didn't mind it before. If anything, I mean, I'm not someone who's that eager on it, but I didn't think there was anything wrong with it. But I guess people were like, "Do we need it?" So I'm assuming they've obliged. But yeah, have a kip. Sam's sunburn has healed. That's good to know. I didn't know sunburn was a factor.
Are you alright? If you're worried about Lou, don't be. I'll admit, this stuff is pretty new to me, but the app has been a big help. Figuring out why a baby's crying, getting the milk just warm enough. It's had the perfect advice for every situation.
Hi.
So, how does it feel to be back in the saddle?
Work is the same as it ever was. It's the first time I've been away from Lou.
We're fine. Trust me. Just focus on the road, okay?
Yeah.
Bye-bye. Give them the due. Well, I'm saying Norman because I can see Norman here. He's doing a great job of portraying Sam as a working father missing his children. Or child in the instance. So, yeah. I am going to leave this part here. This is where I was for what it's worth the first time I recorded it. So, one, I want to make sure this recording's worked all right. If not, I'm probably going to get a baseball bat and find a use for it. But yes, other than that, I have enjoyed this first hour, even on repeat. I'm really looking forward to seeing the rest of this first part of the journey, the Mexico part, or at least the first part of the Mexico part. I've got no idea where we're going or what we're doing. So, yeah, I'm intrigued. So hopefully you come back to find out as well, because that's the whole reason we're doing this, to explore together. So if you've enjoyed it, if you want to see more, hit the like button on the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will be back soon with more Death Stranding 2. Until then, folks, have a good day, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now, everyone.